What if a single moment of fear could be etched into human history? What if a painting could capture not just one person's scream, but the suppressed anxieties of an entire era? Edvard Munch's The Scream is considered one of the most recognizable artworks in the world today. However, its fame does not come from beauty or harmony, but from a disturbing emotional truth. This painting does not offer comfort to the viewer. Instead, it creates a quiet, lingering unease that slowly settles in. Because the scream was not created to be beautiful, but to be real. Throughout his life, Edvard Munch struggled with depression, anxiety, and an overwhelming fear of death. He lost his mother and sister at a very young age, and his father was a deeply religious and oppressive figure. From childhood, Munch was surrounded by illness, loss, and isolation. For him, art was not an escape from life, but a confession of it. He once said that his art was his attempt to understand his own existence. The scream became the purest and most powerful expression of that struggle. In 1892, Munch described one of the most disturbing moments of his life in his diary. While walking with two friends at sunset, the sky suddenly turned blood red. An unexplainable sense of panic overtook him. His friends continued walking, but Munch stopped behind them. His heart began to race. A strange ringing filled his ears, and in that moment, he felt what he described as an infinite scream passing through nature itself. This scream was not a sound. It was a feeling, a psychological collapse. Years later, Munch transformed this experience into what we now know as the scream. The figure in the painting has no clear gender, age, or identity. Its face resembles a skull, with wide eyes and a frozen mouth locked in a silent cry. This lack of identity is intentional. Munch was not painting a specific person, but a universal human emotion. The fear depicted belongs to everyone. That is why viewers often see themselves reflected in the figure. The scream in the painting could be your own. The sky in the scream is far from realistic. It twists, bends, and flows unnaturally, creating a sense of instability. The intense reds, oranges, and yellows feel aggressive and unsettling. Some scientists suggest that Munch may have been inspired by atmospheric effects following the eruption of the Krakatoa volcano. However, many art historians believe the sky represents something far more personal. It reflects Munch's inner world. Reality bends, certainty dissolves, and the world no longer feels safe. The scream marked a turning point in art history. At a time when artists focused on depicting the external world accurately, Munch chose to paint the inner world of emotions instead. This shift helped lay the foundation for Expressionism. Art was no longer about what the artist saw, but about what the artist felt. This change would go on to shape modern art as we know it today. More than a century later, the scream remains deeply unsettling because it still feels relevant. The anxiety, loneliness, and pressure of modern life echo through the painting. Feeling isolated in crowded spaces, fearing the future, struggling with inner turmoil, these emotions are as present now as they were in Munch's time. The scream is the visual form of emotions we often cannot put into words. It is silent, yet it never truly stops screaming.